What we do here is go back, 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 back.
What I'm here for is the Temerario. Wow. Holy crap, I love this spec. This is beautiful. Wow. The color on this is the first Temerario I've ever seen in person. I've never been a huge fan of the front end, those lights, those narrow slits, at least on video. Compare that to how a Huracan's front looks. But everything else, especially the rear end, the side view, looks sick. Interior of the Temerario, the very first Temerario in the Chicago area. One of two, I should say, and I'm sitting in it. And I'd have to say, this is spec'd out perfectly. This is the way I'd spec it out, man. Metallic blue with an orange interior. I asked them if I can buy this one, but it's a demo, and so they can't sell a demo. So if you ordered one, delivery is like 8, 9, 10 months from now. But this is a hybrid, so totally different kind of setup here with the EV mode. But otherwise, a lot of typical Lamborghini stuff. But yes, you cannot test drive this car as of now. They've really gone towards the simplistic interior. You basically just have like a few buttons here, and then it's all the rest just this touch screen. And then the steering wheel is a little bit more complex than it was for the Huracan. But the styling, to me, some people have been critical of it. I love the back end. Perfection right here. I have not made up my mind on the front end though. Nice looking Urus right over here. Another Revuelto. Couple of Bentleys. Holy crap. Like Lamborghini heaven over here. Check out this Revuelto, man. That's like my dream right there. I want to start up this Temerario. Here are the tires on the Temerario, Bridgestones, 21-inch wheels, 325 width. Front tires, 255, 20-inch wheels. It's in hybrid mode.
Yeah.
Gotta get it in, change the mode. Trying to figure out how to start this up. See that V8 right there? Ooh, the valve! I'm in the idling Temerario, and it just feels so intense in here with a OEM exhaust. I mean, it's like the car is vibrating. Engine running. 10,000 RPM red line once the engine's warmed up. This thing is really intense in person, and I'm just sitting in an idling car. So what do people think about these daytime running lamps? They're a little bit bright. Personally, I'd black them out. All right, I've been looking at a bunch of Volkswagens, and now I'm going back to my Volkswagen. Okay, so I just got back from Lamborghini Downers Grove, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of share my thoughts on the Temerario. So I just saw what is the first, although there's actually two of them, Temerarios in the Chicago area. There are none available out in the wild. What I saw was a demo car. Interestingly, when I got there, the Revuelto sort of stole the show, and there was actually a guy who was buying a brand new Revuelto. He actually also owns an STO, so I got into a little conversation with him. And you know, it's not easy checking out a Temerario when there are a couple of Revueltos right there. Right now, the Revuelto, it's amazing, but it's right now just not in my price range. The Temerario, you know, my overall impression is, you know, you really need to see one in person. You know, if you watch the videos online, they look nice, but you know, when you see them in person, you realize just how intense they are. The Temerario, you know, from the backside, they nailed it. I mean, it just looks so well designed. I mean, so just badass from the backside. No complaints there. Same with the side view. From the front, you know, I'm still not 100% sold. I think it'll probably grow on me. It's, you know, it's still a Lamborghini. I would say I still like how the Huracan looks from the front end, more than the Temerario. But, you know, inside the cabin, it's a beautiful cabin, at least the demo that I saw. And, you know, I was just really impressed. Now, you cannot test drive that car yet. They have to sort of get some permission. I don't know what the whole deal is. But once that permission comes through, I might go back for another visit so I can finally test drive it. I'm at a bit of a crossroads right now because, you know, I sort of get bored with my cars, and while I do love my F8 Tributo, it's winter. I can't really drive it right now, but I would have to trade it in order to get something else. And I'm thinking about trading it in eventually for either an F8 Spider, a 296 GTB, possibly even an SF90, because they've really depreciated a lot. So they're actually within reach for me. I was in advanced discussions to get an Aventador S that was pre-owned, but it had had an accident. I decided it just wasn't going to be right for me because of all the damage. But the Temerario is on that short list. And in order to get a Temerario, I'd have to order one. I have not spec'd out a car before, so I'm a little new to that process. But I'd have to look on the configurator and see what options I'd like and what the overall price will be. Now, I suspect, even though it's a baby Lamborghini, from the prices I've seen, they're pretty expensive. The prices can get up there really fast. So I'd have to trade in my F8 and then essentially go many months. I'm hearing 6 to 8, 9 months without a supercar, which I have not done in years. Would I want to go through next summer without a sports car to drive? You know, that's the big question. The other big question is that the Temerario is a hybrid. It's it's the first generation of a brand new model for Lamborghini. And, there's going to be, the first buyers of a brand new model, I mean, they're basically always the beta testers. And so there might be issues. And, that's something I'd have to keep in mind. We also know that a lot of these new supercars that are hybrid, they tend to depreciate a lot. So that's another thing, that, I have to take into consideration. But the car is amazing. It's intense. It's really fast from all of the reviews. I mean, it's got like 900 something horsepower. It revs out to 10,000 RPMs. And I actually have a chance of buying like a brand new model Lamborghini, which to me is pretty exciting. So I have a lot to think about right now. I haven't made up my mind. I might just kind of log on and just, fool around with the configurator just to get like a sense of what my options are and what the price will be. So I'll probably be doing that later on. But I thought I'd share my experience. I have a lot to think about. And if anybody has any advice, anybody watching this video has any advice about what you would do in my shoes, please share that in the comments. Anyhow, happy holidays to everybody and take care.